Alright, well, it came to my attention that I was murmuring through that whole first part, so I'm going to try to speak up. It's a learning process. Okay, we've got chemistry. Chemistry, that's great. There's more buildings. For research, let's get that pioneering because it wants us to have pioneering really badly.
No village was ever ruined by trade.
Sure, let's work together. Sounds great. Now I want to get back down here, but I am out of expedition modules, so I think I have to head back up to my city to get an expedition module, or I can follow him to this new colony so that when that city's built, he can pick up a an expedition module there.
Come, Mr. Haban. The Commonwealth welcomes you.
Right, Australia. Australia was sneaky as heck in the last game that I played. So I wonder how they'll turn out this time. Okay. Let's go check out that signal. Pick new production. How are we doing on score so far? Top of the pack. I dig. Quest decision. Several new ventures wish to establish their operating near our territory. Alright, so we've got, these are little minor civilizations that we can trade with and stuff. Looks like one choice leads us to culture and one to energy. I can't really see what's going on with energy and culture there, but we seem to be making all the cultural choices, so let's keep boosting culture.
You have discovered a station. You can establish trade routes with stations to
So that is a station, and he was explaining just what I just said. Alright, let's see what the deal is with that signal. Now, I've been pretty liberal with moving these guys into the miasma, and that's because they have full health. This guy is hurting. He's at about 50%, so I'm going to be a little less liberal with his movement. This worker's just doing his thing, improving those tiles. That's great. And it looks like we made it down here relatively unscathed, which is great. Set up a city right next to the Americans and trade with them if they're not too angry with us for stealing all their Firaxite. The Africans and the Asians are now cooperating. It's great. Good for them. I'm just gonna heal this guy. Research computing now. It wants us to have computing. Here's the pioneering. We're looking into this right now, and it wants us to kill a worm. I think killing the worm is a really bad idea. The aliens haven't messed with me so far, and I think it's wise that we don't mess with them. Got a lab, recycling. Let's keep going science. I think science or production. I'm gonna go science for now. We'll kick over to production. Well, I don't know. For some reason I'm hanging on this, so let's go production.
智慧和财富是最好的分享物。
Great.
The universe is either in progress or in entropy. We...
Alright, so we checked out the signal source. That's great. And it looks like we need to make a quest decision. Crash site discovered. You've discovered a crashed artifact. Alright, we've located the signal's origin. A probe belonging to Cestus Group crashed in a swamp of xenomass. The Cestus Group never reached our new planet, and their status remains a mystery. Do we want to go for harmony, or do we want to go for purity and supremacy? This is kind of a big deal. The harmony path I did last time, and it was pretty difficult to go down, and you kind of merge with the aliens. Purity is kind of a fascist route, and supremacy is just kind of an American fascist route. Cover the probe, the xenomass doesn't matter. Risk contamination, leave the probe behind. I'm gonna say this because it's the choice I did not pick last time, and I want to see how it turns out. Okay. So, need to pick a new technology. Engineering, production for land units, more energy, more science, and fraxite. I want that fraxite. Now the AI wants me to research computing. Where's computing on here? Right here. Science from copper, spies, gunboats, missile rovers. That looks good, but it's 34 turns to computing. That's the path that I got drugged down last time, so I'm gonna keep going with physics this time because it's an easy 8. And let's keep boosting the production. Alright, where do we want to found this guy? This is 1, 2 tiles away. 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. This looks perfect. Let's do it. Recommend you construct an expedition here. Okay, so let's go get an expedition module.
智慧和财富
Our
是
first
最
deal.
好的分享物。
Free passage. Open borders for open borders. What do we think? What do you guys think? I don't think that can hurt. Maybe it'll lead to trade. moving this guy back down here because I think you get an expedition module when you get back into the city. What should we do with the worker? So I improved up to here so that I can go get this resource, but I'm pretty sure I don't have the technology for the Xenomass well. We'll see what happens when I get up there. Okay, he did. He got an expedition module. So let's see what's under the earth over there. He did not get an expedition module, but I think he moved into the city on this turn, so hopefully next turn.
I
Okay, let's
have
launch.
something that needs your attention.
What's a trade route? That's a good question. You can build trade units and conduct trade missions with other faction cities. Okay, we'll look into that, but I want to see what's going on with this. Are you sure you want to construct an expedition? This will fail the quest cultural burden? What? Drain the Xenomass Lake at the crash site. Oh. That's what it wanted us to do. That was tricky. Expedition has managed to save the probe, so it's giving us an option of whether we want to go purity or we want to go supremacy. I think I'm going to go purity this time because I think supremacy to me is just too ultra-violent. But purity is so Nazi. Let's go purity.
You've earned your first affinity point in either purity.
We get a free virtue. Great. More health, more science, or a trade convoy. Let's start up a trade convoy and see what that's all about. Ooh, we can't, Alien Sciences is required to build a Xenomass. Okay, so we can't do that quite yet. Let's go mine that. He's not getting a module. How do we get a module back? Do we need to go to the capital to get a module? That's pretty raw. It's a pretty raw deal. That's the case. Ooh, we don't like this. It's gonna cut us off. Might precipitate a war. That little guy was in a zero-sum game. There's miasma on that tile.
Consider a simple problem, such as navigation in a spaceship approaching light speed.
It's a little interstellar tag there. You've discovered Adept Blue, provides 2 food and 2 science. Where is Adept Blue? You guys see him anywhere? Okay. Do we need to go to the water? Ecology. We don't really need food, and the aliens are leaving us alone, so we don't really need ecology. It would be nice to get... what do we need for the Xenomass well? Alien sciences. Nice to get alien sciences, but... You just selected ecology for me. No. Well, that's annoying. I don't want ecology. But it looks like the computer does. And I don't know how to deselect it. Oh, we need ecology to get to computing. Okay, that's even more embarrassing.
What's ours is yours.
Do you
For a
believe that?
price.
We'll work together for now. Okay, what do we want to build here? We've just built a trade route. Let's build a lab. Looks like our health is still under wraps here, so... I'm gonna take this guy back down here because there's a thing we haven't explored close to the aliens, and that's where I'm moving the soldier to. Let's see how this trade works. Trade convoy. Establish trade routes. We get culture. Oh, the miasma's blocking it. Isn't that interesting? Cool. Okay, yeah. Trade with this little colony. Get some more culture.
What's ours is yours. For a price.
Open borders. Let's do it.
I can...
Let's go full open. Full open with these Earthlings. Quest decision. Stewards at our Cyto nursery are reporting a monumental discovery. Through the study of hybridization of the indigenous fauna, we have managed to create bio-organic mesh which mimics their cellular division. Okay, what do we get from this? +5 towards military units? Or +1 production from Cyto Nurseries. Let's go full production. So that helps everything, not just the military units. And we don't know where we're really going with this yet. Being on such good terms, I couldn't help but notice that you'd become friends with Poly Australia. I've done that. I've done the same. Perhaps this makeshift alliance will lead to great things in the future. That's great. We can be friends too. It's the Africans, the Australians, and the French. You don't want to get too close to that nest.
No village was ever ruined by trade.
It's great. We're still on top. They're so happy with us. They might be our best friends. Okay, what do we want to build down here? I want to take advantage of whatever gets me the most Fraxite possible. So this is going to be a science city. Let's get that culture going though, because adding another city gave us we took a hit to the culture. So let's get that hit back by investing in some cultural buildings. Alright, so you do have to move the Explorer back to the capital to get another expedition module. That's cool. It's totally okay. I'd really like to move this guy out into the water, and one of our technologies allowed us to do that. Which one was it? Planetary survey. Okay. I might do planetary survey next round so I can branch out a little. Let's see what's up there. In the meantime... Apologies will refrain from settling near you in the future. I can't promise that we won't settle near you in the future. But, you know, it's just the way it's gotta be. It's tough right off the bat for the Americans. What are we gonna build? Ooh. Let's build that farm lab. See, our health went from 4 to -1 in a turn or two. I guess I wasn't paying attention, but that's how quickly things can knock off. We've got 2 things to investigate down here. time I told the world of your sins. Very well. Okay. No, they condemned us. Let's see if that had any effect on anything other than them. Seems like everybody loves us except them. Except the Americans, so. That's cool. Just gonna have to take you out.
When
Planetary survey. Quest decision. The head of our new laboratory has an interesting proposal. Explorers gain one additional module or extra science. You know, we could have used this earlier, but we don't really need it now. Going for the boost in science. Let's get those soldiers out of there. They've got that on lockdown. Okay, it doesn't look like they attacked us. So I'm gonna build an expedition here and hope that we don't get attacked. Let's hope they know the difference between the Americans and the French. You know what, I need another worker. I need a worker stat. What does a worker cost? 270. Nah. Probably what we should have built first. It is thick up there. Thick with bug aliens. Yep, it looks like it was a little too thick. So, we lost the expedition. These things happen, you know? At least we didn't lose this one. Looks like the aliens are all wrapped up fighting the Americans. Two more turns, okay. Extra population points. We're at stasis with our health, so we gotta be careful there. Explorer units can build an additional three expeditions. So that totally negates that previous bonus that they offered us. So we made the right choice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Launch complex. Vivarium. I don't think any of this is desert though. It's grassland, so we have no use for that. So let's build that worker we need really bad.
Your explorer has noticed something strange nearby. It could be a ruin, some sort of wreckage, or perhaps alien in nature. You should order your explorer to the site and excavate it to see if there is something worthwhile to be found.
Let's do it. Oh, we're on it already. Thanks. Thanks, but no thanks. We already knew about that. You're late to the show, computer. So we can move into the water now. Let's go for... let's see here. Combat rover might be cool to have. Only 5 turns. Gotta go engineering. Want to see those combat rovers. I want that titanium, but not that bad. Those beetles are all over there. $60 culture. A psycho-historical analysis of their struggles has provided your people with insight on how to avoid the mistakes they made. That's pretty cool. Okay. Expedition completed. We need another module. So we can go check this out. We've noticed that you've been hunting for salvage and artifacts near our territory. This needs to stop. Your request means nothing to me, and the excavations will continue. We meant no offense. We'll take our search. Well, we're coming back down here to search that down satellite, unless you get there first. So, yeah, we have to escalate this. Looks like this is escalating quickly. You don't even have any good land. You don't have any resources. Oh, but you built a second city. I see. Okay. It's a good thing I'm building those combat rovers. And research those combat rovers. Okay, if we are to survive on this planet, we must be conscious of our new ecosystem. Luckily, we've learned from the past mistakes and have already instated a consistent recycling policy. We're going to add to worker speed, or are we going to get food from recyclers? Let's do food from recyclers. That benefits everything, even though we're going to be using those workers pretty heavily in a second. I like to think long term on these. Let's start building the military we deserve, in case the Americans get uppity.
Pardon me, I may be able to assist you.
Earth's pharmaceutical industry was at the peak during the 21st century. Yep, ain't that the truth. While the drugs of that time were severely limited, another truth, they did open our mind to the full potential of pharmaceuticals. Now that our pharma lab is functional, our technology is finally caught up, blah blah blah. Do we want plus science or plus health? Going science. It's probably gonna kick me later because health is so important. It sounded sarcastic, but it's not. Health is very important in this game. Church of Dawn's Light. Where's the Church of Dawn's Light? Okay. Let's go after that computing now. Got a ranger. Now I don't know if we're going to be able to get through their territory, and they're being not so friendly right now, so I'm gonna head to the ocean and embark, but I've got the siege worm over there, which could just be terrible. Okay, it's giving us another chance to break out into harmony. When we came to this planet, we brought a number of plants from Earth. Somehow these well, let's ignore it. Got 40 culture. That ain't bad. Ooh, that's huge. It's a huge science boon. Just made these drastically less expensive. Okay. We've discovered Camp Cascade, providing 2 food and 2 energy. So it's a little far away anyway. The invasive plant has begun to spread. Do we want to go purity or supremacy? Well, we said purity last time, so let's continue down that road. Build a vivarium. What's a vivarium? Computing. Build 1 colonist unit. We haven't built a colonist yet. Okay. Man, that explorer got beat up. Okay, I'm at the 40-minute mark on this video, so I'm going to take a break really quick and swap out. I'll be back in just a second.